Okay, I think we're live.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, you guys. As usual, I can't figure out technology.
Sorry.
Okay, so I can see all you ladies who are inside. I don't ever see any men yet, so hopefully we'll get some more men in here. That'd be fun. Do you remember who Rainbow Turned Galaxy is?
Lisa?
Is it Lisa? Is that Lisa?
Lisa?
We got Linda Parsons. Katie Crafts. I just met Katie Crafts at the show this weekend. That was fun.
Oh, fun.
Alexandra is here. Nita is here. Shelly Clark. Let's see. Mary Jane is here. Sherry G is here. Shonda Williams is here. Hi, ladies. Hopefully, we've gotten some reading done. I just finished reading the book like a couple days ago, so I'm excited. And I know that KRISTY just finished reading the book too this morning, so we're all fresh. And hey, T.
Yes.
My little sister's here. Hey, T-Bird. And we got a kitty on the bed. I love that.
Yeah, Milo.
Is that Milo? Hey, Milo.
He's like, nope, I'm zonked.
Oh my goodness. So, how have you guys been doing? Have you read anything else besides the Dolly book? I know that we had been talking about Fourth Wing. So I finished that as well. That was a lot of fun. And yeah, I think we're doing good on reading. And I wish the only thing I did not get to do was look up like questions we should ask. So I'm not sure. Do you guys have anything that you want to talk about in the book? Anything specific that you wanted to talk about? I thought that it was sort of like it was more like an interview kind of thing, which was cool. But it wasn't like a book, you know. It was kind of like just ask her questions and get answers, which I really liked.
Her telling her story through songs. It was just telling her story through songs.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I liked it because she talks very similarly to my family. All of my family on my mom and dad's side are not from Tennessee, but they're from Kentucky, in the backwoods and the hollers and coal miners, and they were mountain people. And so as she tells the story, it's very similar to the way my kin would tell their story. So it was very comforting. And then obviously I went to school in Tennessee, and I love Pigeon Forge, and she's obviously from Sevierville, which is so beautiful. It's the most beautiful. I've been in a lot of places, and I think it's the most beautiful place. I don't know. Is anybody else's screen frozen?
I don't know, maybe it's just Kim. I didn't see anybody else say it.
Yeah, it definitely let me, okay, I think it just you, Kim. Maybe just refresh or go out and come back in. Okay. It does sort of leave you wanting more, but I learned a lot about her. It was always sort of assumed, or guess I have always assumed it, and that maybe she and Kenny Rogers had a little thing, and she outright says they did not. She did not, however, say that about Porter Wagner. And I wonder, when she had that talk with her husband and he asked her if she'd been with anybody before him, I wonder if it was Porter.
When did she, do you know when she met her husband? Sorry. Do you know when she met her husband?
I think 67 or so, about 67 or so.
Okay.
Said, I think 68, somewhere in there. And Porter Wagner, I've seen him at the Grand Ole Opry, and he was definitely a showman, tall, lanky, skinny. He liked the rhinestones. He liked the over-the-top clothing. He was definitely a showman. I could see how she described him in the book, but I didn't know that she had a background with him. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I got that too. She said that they fought all the time, which to me kind of was a little telltale, right?
Yeah.
I mean, because...
Well, he didn't like... He wanted... She was so young when she joined with him, and I think that he liked that control. I don't know. I thought it was very interesting. They got married in 1966. Okay. I was a year off. But I did think that was interesting. At first, I have to say, the first, like, 20, not even 25 minutes, maybe, the very beginning of the book, when she starts talking about songwriting, and now I understand why they started with that, and her love of songwriting, I felt like I wasn't going to like the book. I was like, she seems very conceited, and I think that it just is really her passion. I don't think it was conceit. I think she just knows she's good. She's had a long life of success, and she knows what she's good at. So it took, I think Sherry, he was controlling. I think that after I got into it a little bit more, I kind of dropped she's conceited, but I didn't think I was going to like it the first like 25 minutes or so. But I did like it after that. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Fair enough. I loved all her stories about how she would, like, come up with songs from just anything. I mean, for goodness sake, she got a little doll and she'd make a song. And she had, I don't know, I liked that. I just thought, that's how this, she was meant to write.
Music. Yeah, and that's country music. If you listen to country music, especially that coming out of the mountains up until like the 80s, it was country music's all about storytelling. All the songs, or a lot of them, are that way. And I grew up listening to Hank, Willie, and Waylon, and I like when she would bring in like those people. I thought it was interesting though, because every single time they would she would say a song, she'd be like, "That's my favorite song I ever wrote."
Oh my gosh, I was just about to say that.
He was the best writer of them all. This is the best writing I've ever done.
This was the best song ever.
Because I was like, okay, they can't all be your favorite.
I was cracking up laughing because every time we'd get to a new, chapter or song or whatever, she would say that, and I would just crack up laughing. I got to listen to her all the way to...
But I liked how she talked about her family and all of her, her uncles and her brothers, and how she would learn guitar when they were sitting on the porch from whoever would teach her. And she would write with her uncle. She would write with her aunt. I like how she just would pick random people we would never know and kind of pay tribute to them. Like, I don't remember the lady's name, but the lady that she said she was independently wealthy, and she would give me money to go make a record, and she would help to support me. And I thought that was cool too, that she's never forgotten the little people, if you can say that, along the way.
Yeah. She did have a huge family too.
And she's done so much in her life, between movies, the Broadway play that she's working on. I would love to see that. I bet it's going to be really great. She's, the book program that she does is amazing. She does a lot of great things.
Yeah. Oh, Sherry, you didn't know that?
Yes,
oh my goodness. Yeah. Love it.
What?
She was saying she didn't realize that Dolly wrote "I Will Always Love You."
She recorded it first.
Yeah, it's her song.
It was funny that Elvis wanted it too.
I know. That was interesting.
And she said no. Good for her. She's a good businesswoman. I think she had to be. I think she puts on this persona of the boobs and the nails and the hair, but she's smart. She's really smart.
Yeah. The only reason I knew she wrote it is because I heard her sing it for the first time in Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. And I thought she had written it for that movie. But she actually wrote and recorded it way before that, apparently. That's what she said in the book anyway. Yeah, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. It's a great song.
Yeah. Definitely is. But I love Hard Candy Christmas too. Love that song.
Yeah. I'm a big Jolene girl.
I didn't hear Jolene until way later. And so for me, it was like a lot of the music that I started loving from her started with like the same time of Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. So,
yeah.
And then after that, I was like, I started looking for everything that she sang. You know, I was just like, oh, I want to hear more of whatever she does. And that started it for me. So.
Have you guys watched any of her Netflix Heartstring series? The only thing that I have seen is Dumplin', which was amazing.
I've seen it Dumplin' like 12 times, 15 times. I don't know. Every time I see it
So
comes up, I click on it and watch it again. I didn't know she did that, though. I had no idea.
Jamie said, what is everybody's Dolly song? Well, mine's Jolene.
I'd probably say Hard Candy Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Alexandra, it is. I know, I liked how she got Jolene from that little girl's name, too.
I thought that was cute.
I thought it was interesting, too, that there were some songs that I didn't know about, like The Bridge, where she was talking about suicide and a girl that got pregnant.
I didn't know about that. Yeah.
And then lost the baby, then lost her dog and went crazy and lived in the woods. And
she was talking about how she... Islands in the Stream. I like that, too.
Kenny and Dolly. Because my first concert was Kenny Rogers. I love nobody better than Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers. Love. Yeah, something with Kenny. Anything with Kenny is so good. And I was surprised because they had such a good friendship. I was surprised that he only had a little snippet in the book.
Yeah, me too. I don't know why I thought that there would be a lot more. 9 to 5.
I just watched 9 to 5 not too long ago again. I was like, this movie is so funny.
I love that movie too. Yes, good. They're so funny.
And I had forgotten for some reason that she was in Steel Magnolias. I don't know why I know that, but when she was talking about it, I was like, wait, she was talking about writing the music for Steel Magnolias. And I was like, Steel Magnolias? I was like, oh, yeah, she was in that. Yeah, she and Miley did one of the New Year's Eve shows this past year. Like Dick, whatever his name, Dick Clark,
Dick Clark,
Eve, or one of them.
Yeah.
They hosted Miley and Dolly. They did a good job. Yeah, The Coat of Many Colors, that's really good. I think that one is one of the Netflix Heartstring movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into those because I didn't know she was doing that. I certainly didn't know that Dumplin' was one of those movies. I had no idea. That's good to know.
What else did y'all think of it? Anybody want to come on?
Yeah, we can have people come on in. Let me see if I can pop up my... Can invite. I'm going to invite. Just give me a second. I'll copy the link.
I thought it was funny when she talked about going to Hollywood and it wasn't what she expected it to be. And how different it was.
Yeah, I could see what she means though. I remember when Jim and I after we got married, and then we were moving to California, because he's in theater. So we were moving to the area, and we're kids, you know, so we're trying to find some place to live, and we're, you know, everything's expensive, and I think we started like closer to LA, and then we started coming more, you know, south, and eventually we ended up in Long Beach. But I remember that first day when we came, we just drove over there and thought, we'll find a place to live. And the first place that we stopped for lunch, I want to say it was a McDonald's, but I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, so we go into this McDonald's, and the whole McDonald's was being patrolled by police officers. And when we went in, we found out that that was a regular thing. It wasn't, you know, something had happened or whatever. It was just the police were always patrolling it. And I said to Jim, I was like, where are we moving to? I was like, what is this place?
Yeah,
it's
when
crazy.
I won this big thing at only the top 1% of Disney, and I got, it's called Around the World, and I got to do all this fun stuff. And one day they took us into LA just to like sightsee, and they were like, put the fear of God in us, basically, like, don't separate, stay with the group, do this, do that, because of all the crime and the homelessness and all of that. It was a little scary.
Yeah. Very different to what you see in the movies, for sure.
Yeah.
So I totally related when she said that.
I liked her passion for writing and how she would. I thought it was interesting when she talked about fasting.
Oh my goodness.
Go and fast and write, and at the end, that was so funny.
That was pretty funny. I was like, yeah, I would never do that.
She would write with, and the story she would tell. Yeah.
Yeah, I was.
And the story about Merle Haggard, and he had a crush on her, and it caused a problem in his marriage when nothing was going on or something. I thought that was interesting.
Right, right. Well, there's so much of that going on. You know, they're always like, everybody's always gossiping about things, and things they don't know about, you know. I'm sure it did happen with some people. I'm sure it did, but, you know, you'd hear that all the time. Somebody would be talking about it or whatever. But I'm just really happy that by the time I got to the end of the book, I still love Dolly. I think she a little cray-cray sometime, but that's okay. I am too. But I still loved her, and I was like, yeah, she seemed like just a fun person, you know, and very passionate about what she did, which I love that. Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, the career that she's had has spanned
long
60
time.
years.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. She's been very successful. I don't know how you survive fame and not be a little cray-cray.
Right?
You know?
I know. That's why I'm just happy that we got to know a little bit more about her, and I still think she's pretty great. So, yeah. Oh, and Linda says that...
Linda says having the actual book, I love the fashion and the pictures.
See, I should probably get the book too, you know, because I got the audio, so, well, I mean, that's how I have to read books lately, but I was happy to have that because we could hear it, but that's a great point for wanting to get the actual book too, so you see all the pictures. I'd love to see that too.
Yeah. The Imagination Library is awesome. What I didn't know about the Imagination Library was that it was international. I didn't know that it was in other countries.
I didn't either. Really cool. I didn't know that either. How old is Dolly?
And
I have no idea.
Her dad, even though he couldn't read and write, was so excited to help her start that. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the audio version played the songs. Just little snippets of the song, like 5 to 7 seconds, would you say? Not very long.
Yeah. I think it depended on which song. Like, she tried to get to a certain area of the song, but yeah, you only got like a little bit of it. You didn't get like the whole thing.
Yeah, that's why I did the audio version too. I usually am a diehard reader, but I was like, oh, I want to hear her sing.
Well,
yeah,
now,
she's got to be.
I know, I'll have to go look now.
Oh, she's 77.
Is she 77?
You what? Yeah.
I was going to go and pull it up. I'm going to, just to say how old is Dolly.
Good for 77. I mean, amazing.
I think she looks amazing for any age. Yeah, it says 77. Good job, guys.
No, I didn't get that feeling at all. And I was talking to Yvette about this because I think she has a tendency to like start a statement and then move it into another one. And I think if I went back and listened to that Harvey Weinstein statement, and she said he was not good, but she said good or bad, people have a tendency to do anything for fame, or right or wrong, people have a tendency to do anything for fame so they don't have to go home as failures. And I don't think that's making them the victim. That's just a fact. We all do things right or wrong to get ahead sometimes, whether it's good or bad. I don't think that was victim blaming. I think that's just a fact. I don't think she was she was saying the casting couches were that's a known thing. It's been a known thing.
It has been,
since
yeah.
Cary Grant and before that. I mean, that's just a known thing. I don't think she was placing blame on them. I think she was just stating a fact that some people will make the choice to do whatever they need to do to get ahead rather than go home and be a failure. So I didn't take it that way at all.
I didn't either. I think that she definitely said, that it was a bad thing. I mean, it is a bad thing. But I don't think that she said it was the actress's fault, for sure. I mean,
no,
I think that, when you're young and impressionable... Excuse me. It's like she started a statement and then she switched it over. Yeah.
She did that a lot in the book, where she would like half do a sentence and then go on. And that's kind of what she did there.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel it that at all. Especially for women in any field. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think she was just stating a fact. Like,
yeah, because I did read whenever you guys had said that in the book, the chat about the book. And so when I got to that part, I listened to it like a couple of times, and I too don't think that that's what she was saying. I think that she was just saying, it's just a fact. And unfortunately, for a really long time now, women have always had to make that decision. Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do this? Do I, can I accept the fact that I'm going to do that? I mean, it's just ridiculous that we have to do that, but,
well, and I think if you pick the victim, there are victims who don't have a choice. That's not who she's talking about. She was talking about the people who make a conscious choice.
Right.
Do I do this or not? Right or wrong? They're making a decision. I don't think she's talking about the victims who had no choice in the matter. Do you know what I mean?
Right. But I don't blame you guys for, being upset about that whole situation. I'm upset about the whole situation, but I don't think that's what Dolly was saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I saw a comment too in the chat about plastic surgery and like, if someone would do plastic surgery to get ahead, what would you expect or something? And I was like, are we body shaming somebody? I don't know if I agree with that statement. I think if that's what you need to do to make yourself feel okay, or what you want to do, I think that's your choice. I don't think that should be held against, someone. My personal opinion. I don't know. I know. I never say never. I mean, if you think, look at her, you probably can agree she's probably had some plastic surgery, but I don't know. To each his own. It's her body, Yeah. I know that she definitely said that she did Botox, but you know what? When I was living in LA, or the LA area, I didn't live in LA, I knew a lot of people who weren't even in with those show business, and they were all doing Botox for like there's a certain period of time. One of my coworkers does it. She's just a mom. Yeah, I mean, and wife, and people do that all the time. when I had my eye surgery, they were, they had it on the door, how much it costs per unit. I think it's more common than, but I mean, I don't mean that. I mean.
You think she had her boobs done? I haven't the slightest idea, and honestly, never even thought about it.
For her 5'1", I don't know. I'm not judging. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I'm not judging either. I just, I don't know.
Pull, you can pull it.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't think that she has anything against plastic surgery, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I mean, one of her songs is called Backwoods Barbie, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You know. Sherry, I think you agree. Yeah, it is hard on women. You're not supposed to age. And even as a woman, sometimes I'll see an actress who I love when they're older, and I see them in a movie, and I'm like, wow, she's aged. Like, that's the first thing I think, and that's the wrong thing to think. Still beautiful, looks good, that's what I should be thinking. But I think, yeah, we hold women to a different standard. I think men, a lot of times, just age more gracefully sometimes, which sucks. And she wears her wig. She's known for her wigs.
Yep, she talked about that in the book.
Yeah. I thought it was funny how she would say, like, the makeup artist would go and do her makeup, but then she'd go back and
she'd fix it.
Add more.
Right.
Like, even for big things, like on a movie set, and I think she performed, I think she said, was it the Oscars or the Emmys? I can't remember. I think it was the Oscars. And that was funny. Yeah, she said it takes a lot of money to keep up this look. She looks good, though. I mean, she looks very good. Because a lot of people, when they have plastic surgery, again, I don't want to judge, but it doesn't age well on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the filler and stuff. But right. She looks good. Hey, Jessica.
Hello. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, I really liked it. But I think that I was ready also for kind of like a shorter book. Especially because I had just jumped on the bandwagon and read Fourth Wing, and then when you said, oh my goodness, there was something, you and I were Marco Polo, and you said something about, I think we have the Dolly book this weekend, and I was like, what? So I was like so glad that was a short book, because I was like, I'm never going to get this done.
It's on my radar, but I try and not read it till the very end, so it's fresh in my mind. But it was hard because I was listening to it in the car, and I kept thinking, I want to talk about that. And I didn't have, like, a lot of times I'll take some notes about it, and I couldn't because I was in the car driving.
I know. That happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was definitely ready for a shorter book. And light. I thought it was pretty lighthearted for the most part. Just, even when she talked about how she was writing a song, and he would be a girl, and she'd have a boyfriend, she'd kill the boyfriend off, and then she'd kill the dog off, and then she'd kill the baby off, and she was like, yeah, I just killed everybody. She goes, I never knew by the end of the song who was going to still be alive. I was just like, yeah, that's hilarious, Dolly.
There's a big thing going around. It's all over, like Instagram, TikTok, and then it's like Dolly Parton 2024, like Dolly for president. I would stand on that ticket, let me tell you.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I was sad that I made the decision to listen to it on audiobook. And I'm a diehard reader. Like, I like to read. Busy or not, I just like to sit down and read and, like, tune everything else out. But I did like that I did the audiobook this time. Yeah. You vote for Dolly, me too. I can't remember who they're saying her running mate is. It was Dolly, and I can't remember now.
I didn't see it, so I'm going to have to go look for that now.
It was good. It was good, but now I can't remember who it was.
Oh, my goodness.
And I thought it was interesting because she would say, I was really surprised that this song didn't do well, and I think somebody one day will pick it up. Like, I Will Always Love You. She never expected what to happen when David Foster and Whitney Houston got involved.
Right.
So it would be interesting to see if that happens in the future. And then how she summed up the book was, "This is my song." What was the name of the song? Faith? No. I Tried.
Oh, yes.
What was the name of that? It was the last song she talked about, and she said, "This would be my song. This is the song that I would want people to remember me by."
I could go and see if it's in the chapter, because let me go look at the chapter. Holy cow, I didn't realize how many songs she went. The Sacrifice?
Yeah.
Well, she had Try and then The Sacrifice.
I Try, I think it's the
so
one
it was
sung.
just Try. It just says Try.
Was like, I did it my way.
Yep.
And she said that the I Try is the one I want to be remembered for.
Yep.
Yes. Whitney did make her rich with that song. Whitney, holy cow. I sometimes go back and listen to Whitney songs and I just mourn because her voice was just insane. I remember thinking Whitney Houston was the most beautiful woman, and her voice, and then knowing how she ended up, it's just heartbreaking to me.
I know. I feel the same way. Yeah. It's really, really terrible.
That's just a bad situation.
Yep, all the way around. All the way around. Oh my goodness.
All right, guys. So for those of you that are here, have you started reading the October book, which is the Stephen King book? I forget the name of it. Obviously, I haven't started it yet.
It's like 11/22 something. I don't remember. It's a bunch of numbers. I don't even think I downloaded it yet. So,
I downloaded it on my Kindle, but I haven't. Yeah, we did grow up listening to her, Sherry. You're so right. We did. You're done with it, Sherry? Go, girl. And I feel like I've kind of made the decision for us. Y'all can poo-poo it if you want. But I feel like we need to do a fantasy book in January.
Okay.
We haven't done that genre.
Okay.
I've gone hard down the fantasy train. I'm reading I got 3 more in my cart, ready to go.
Linda said Dolly and Reba.
Reba, that's what it is. Dolly and Reba. That's who it was. I love me some Reba too. The next one isn't the Heater Blake one.
Oh, wait a minute. Kristen said, isn't the Bluebird book the one for October? Isn't it? Is it? Now I have to go to Facebook.
Oh, you're right. It is, because the Stephen King one is the Thanksgiving book. You're right.
Right.
I apologize.
Yep.
I just was thinking Stephen King Halloween. I know it. I know this book
I
is
know.
not about that. That's
I know.
Immediately where my brain goes. You're right. I apologize, guys.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Let me see. I'm going to go to... Where's my... Oh, I'm in the wrong spot
guys,
here.
I'm so sorry. Nope, you didn't get them backwards. I did. I'm so sorry. Yes, she did say that Elvis sang that to Priscilla. Priscilla told her that Elvis sang that to Priscilla when they walked out of divorce court. Yes. Huh. Yes, guys, it's a Bluebird. It's a Bluebird for October.
Yep. My groups. I'm going to make sure that I remember the exact name of the book, because I remember this is something about the Bluebird Cafe, right? Or Blackbird Cafe? Blackbird Cafe.
Yeah, Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe.
There you go. Thank you. There you go.
Sorry, guys. Like I said, when I think Stephen King, I think Halloween. That's where my head was. But you're right. It is the Bluebird Cafe, which I'm interested to read. That was one of the ones that I suggested, but it sounds a little twisty and a little strange. So we'll have to see. Guys, yes. Midnight at the Bluebird Cafe is October. Yes.
Unfortunately, we do sometimes make mistakes. But yes, that's the book. And then I think and I just went and looked, it's 11/22/63, I think, is the Stephen King book, and that's November. And then we'll start putting together a list for January of fantasy. I might have you guys suggest them, because I like whenever everybody
I got
puts.
a whole list.
You have a whole list? Okay, cool. Then we got you.
I have 3 in my Kindle. I've started reading another one. Like, I'm hard down the rabbit hole. Bring me all the dragon books. Bring me all the. I've already taken off November 6th for the next book. I'm like ready to download it and be off that day and read it all.
Holy cow! Is that for after Fourth Wing?
Yeah. December. Okay. Yeah, the December book is Mary Kate Andrews' Bright Lights, Big Christmas.
Did I make a sign for that yet? I don't think I did that. I'm gonna have to write that. Let me write down that so I don't forget.
That's okay. We're still a few months ahead.
I know.
No, did you? I feel like you went back and did a bunch after the last live.
Maybe I don't remember. Bright Lights, Big Christmas?
Yeah.
I'll go and double check.
Y'all, I pulled rank on that one, and I'm not going to apologize. It's half my book club, and I picked the Mary Kay Andrews book.
I like when y'all do that.
Kill me now. I'm probably just going to read it. As soon as it comes out, I'm going to probably read it because it's already prepaid, but... I was looking to see if I saw it. But anyway, yeah, let's do that.
No worries.
Is anybody else reading anything right now? Let me know what you guys are reading. I would love to know. City of Brass. Okay, let me write that one down. I got a mermaid pin here. You'll see that unboxing tomorrow. Y'all, if you're a Sunshine Squatter, I put a video up at 3:15 today, which is an odd time for me. Please go watch it. Love you. Thank you. All right, City of Brass. Alexandra, you and I might need to kiki in the Facebook group because you're the fantasy girl. You might need to talk. You're reading the Throne of Glass series, yeah. You've been loving Mary Kay Andrews. I'm so glad. Yeah, Throne of Glass. That's on my list. I didn't download that one yet. And also, Mary Kay Andrews wrote under a different name. Kathy... It begins with a T. Look it up. And she's got a lot of books. She did this series. It's about a detective and her mom, and they have a cleaning company. They go to people's houses and clean. Reagan Riley, I think is her name. And she does a whole bunch. Like, she was a retired cop or a detective. I can't remember. Anyway, if you've read all the Mary Kay Andrews and you want to get some more, her first ones are under her actual name, which is Kathy. I can't remember. It begins with a T. The Only One Left. I have that one.
I just read that.
Are you liking it, Alexandra? The Only One Left? Because I heard mixed reviews on it. I think that was one of my Book of the Month picks last month, maybe. A book of essays. That sounds interesting. Daisy Jones and the Six. I want to watch the movie on Netflix, but I want to read the book first. And every time I pick it up, there's something else that I want to read more. Is it like, do you suggest it? The Daisy Jones and the Six?
I read that book a long time ago.
Very typical family. A Colorado sheriff. Oh, that sounds good. You got it in a relax and radiate half-price sub box. Well, you all know how I feel about that box. But if you got it for half price, I approve. Oh, you said I know you don't particularly care for that box. Well, I forgot to unsubscribe, so apparently I'm gonna get the winter box because I've already been charged for it. Steam was coming out of my ear. Next, you'll read The Wager. You're reading some Colleen Hoover. I feel like I have to do Colleen Hoover in spurts, like in small doses. But I do like her books. The one that I think everybody says is the best is Verity, right? Have you read Verity? Yvette?
I don't remember. I'd have to look it up because, you know, I have terrible memory. Let me see. Let me look at the synopsis. I'll be able to tell you. It sounds familiar. Like, I think I did.
Yeah, that's what everybody says, that Verity is good. I read It Ends With Us, which I love, but then It Starts With Us, but I can't get into it. I don't like it as much as It Ends With Us. I keep, like, putting it down and, like, walking away from it for, like, 3 months. And then I'll come and try it again, then I put it down and walk it away. And I'm like, I have to finish this book. Book 17 of the David Wolf series. Nice. I like it. I like a series. Yeah. Okay, good. I'm glad that you say that, Leah, because for some reason I just can't make myself get through it. Maybe I just need to give up.
I am pretty sure I did read Verity because I remember being, like, shocked at how kind of nasty it was. If I'm remembering correctly.
I think that's Colleen Hoover, though. That's her books.
I know. I'm starting to realize that now.
Yeah. I usually just skim those parts, or I just like turn the page a couple pages.
It's fine.
Like, okay, we're done.
I just never know what to expect. You know, it's like, because you'll read a book and, you know, sometimes it's like you're kind of shocked that it's in there. That's all. Or like to the links they go to in the book. That's all. It's, but I'm pretty sure I read that one. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think I read it before I read It Ends With Us. And It Begins With Us, or whatever. I read both of them.
Sherry, I don't have it, I don't think, Verity. I just know it's on my, like, my stretch to read list. There's, like, your main to read list, and then you're, like, what's on your shelf, and there's your stretch. I'll never get to my stretch books, probably. I didn't even open my book of the month this month yet. I got to do that.
I did figure out how to get them.
Come on, talk about Sally Duck.
We have like 15 minutes left.
Hard to have a lot to say about that book because
I know.
You know, we only got little snippets of things.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily like a book. Like there was a plot and a, you know, I mean, so there's only so much you can say about it.
Well, I think if it was a full biography, we'd have a lot more to say, but because it was just,
yeah.
And it kind of jumped a little bit all over the place, back and forth in time, I felt like.
Oh my goodness. After Dolly, I started catching up on...
Post in the Facebook...
Go ahead.
You what? I think you or I are either behind from one another somehow. I feel like I talk and then you don't hear it for a couple of seconds.
I don't have YouTube on, so... Because I think you have to...
YouTube. I'm just...
No, but aren't you doing it to, like, look at your comments?
Yeah, but I'm not listening to YouTube.
Oh.
I'm listening through the Zoom.
Oh. Not sure.
Yeah, it did skip around for sure. Well, definitely, you guys, put what you're reading in the Facebook group. If you read something you don't like, you do like, put it up there. You know, we have the chat, so we're not spoiling the book early for people who haven't read it yet. But we have the wall of the Facebook, the main Facebook group, that you can feel free to tell us what's going on. Chat with us all day. We're happy to. It's very quiet over there. Oh, Kat Kinsella.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. I haven't heard of that.
I don't know who that is.
I'm writing it down.
Kaz Frere. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do a meetup. We're just not sure where.
It's just trying to come up with all the logistics of it. We'll go do all the rides.
I'd love for you to construct that. Y'all, if you're crafty people, I just signed up for a wreath making class. It's an online wreath making class, and the wreath is so pretty. I posted this on my my Instagram stories today. It's with Victoria, who owns the Free Spirit Bundle box. And when you sign up, she sends you a box of all the supplies. All you need is a glue gun, which if you don't have one, they're like $4.99 at Michael's, and a pair of scissors. And the wreath is beautiful. It's so pretty. It's on October 14th. So if anybody is feeling crafty and wants to come make a wreath with Victoria, she's an interior designer. It's $85, but I have a discount code. Yeah, that's for the class and all the supplies which she ships to you. Which I looked at Michael's, and they had a class, and it was $75. And by the time you put all the supplies in your basket, it was over $100 additional of supplies. So $85 sounded really good. Anyway, it's going to be fun, and I have a discount code for $10. It's not a referral link or anything. I paid for it with my own money. It's not like I'm not promoting anything, or I just think it'll be a fun night. So if you want to make a wreath, come hang out with me. It's going to be fun.
Shelley,
I don't know how
Keeper,
good I'm going to be, but I'm going to try.
The Keeper of Enchanted Rooms actually had 2 less votes than 11/22/63, so 11/22/63 won the vote for November. I'm looking at it right now. Keeper of Enchanted Rooms had 23 votes, and 11/22/63 had 25 votes. So we're reading 11/22/63 by Stephen King.
The Bee Sting has 736 pages. It's up for the Booker Prize. Are you liking it, Joan? Oh, is one of your cats in the background?
Yeah, that's Smudgy. He's coming.
Oh, now he's coming. Hi, Smudge.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, Milo's stretching. Hi, buddy. Oh, he just yawned. Hi, buddy.
Oh, I would stretch like that. That sounds great.
Hi.
Lisa wants to know if it's
Emma
a
moved out,
Christmas.
so he's trying to. He's having to rebond with me.
Smudgy. I see, buddy.
It's a decor type of wreath that you can kind of keep up all year round. But I have the picture. If you go over to my Instagram story, I have it posted. But she does have an idea of how we can kind of make it Christmas by just adding a few other things. So if you want to see it, just go over to my Instagram stories. I posted the picture and the link and the coupon code. I just never do that type of stuff for myself where I do something fun that I want to do and I take the time off and like, you know what I mean? So I think it's going to be fun. And then the wreath is super cute. It's not like anything you see at Michael's or Joann's or something. It's very, very cool. If you know Victoria and her style, her box is called Free Spirit Bundle, and it's definitely a free spirit type of wreath, but it is beautiful. You got your 5th cat yesterday, Alexandra. Oh, you're officially the cat lady. I love it. How sweet. Yep, Mila's grooming now. Hi, buddy. I think he's officially hit middle age because he's definitely like filling out and getting, he's lost his kittenness.
He's a little
just
fluffy.
over the past like 6 months. His face is fuller. His body,
Milo.
he's very lean and muscular. Hi, Milo. Hey, buddy. Hey, Milo. Milo. He's like, you're disturbing my bath, Mom. You know,
right.
Bath, that's your favorite thing.
Oh, goodness. I love whenever they're taking a bath.
Yeah.
Especially when they start cleaning behind their ears. It's my favorite thing whenever
yes, they're so cute. And he was rescued. He was a rescue. And what's interesting about him, I've had cats my whole life, he will not let another cat groom him.
Huh.
No. They come near him with a tongue. He gets very upset with him. And I think he was so little when he was found. We didn't have him for a year. It was a year when we got him. I just think he didn't learn that technique. He was found like abandoned by himself. There was no mama cat, no baby cats. They think he was about just a few weeks old. So he just never learned to bond with the other cats. And Lola tries. She tries to come up and lick his head, and he's like, he will not have it.
Aww.
The rescue has your number, Alexandra. That's okay. I love that.
I should give him my number.
You would have 75
I want more
cats
kitties.
too if we'd let you.
I know. I want more kitties. Did I tell you I didn't get that job?
Oh, you didn't?
No, they rejected me.
I sent in your reference.
Oh, I know. I don't know. And they're all cryptic about it. They're all cryptic about it. They're like,
how weird.
I know, it's really weird. And because when they send it, they're all like, your criteria didn't meet what we're looking for, blah, 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 right? It's kind of something real cryptic, like it just didn't make any sense. So I replied back and I was like, well, thanks for letting me know. But can you tell me why? I'm just curious. I don't understand. I have 4 cats and I've raised plenty other animals, not just cats, even though it's a cat sitter job. But they were like, then they sent us something back like, well, we don't share our blah, blah. I'm like, okay, well, never mind.
Well, I gave you a great reference.
I'm sure you did. I had one from you and one from Nita, and I'm sure y'all were both lovely.
Yeah.
But,
that's so weird.
So I don't know. It is really weird. But I was like, well, I hadn't put like, it wasn't like all my hopes and dreams were in getting that job. I just thought it would be a really great way to make extra money and have a great time doing it, because I had never met a cat I didn't love, so I thought it would be great, but I guess they didn't agree. It might have been, they said something about it could be the area that you are agreeing to working. But I mean, I went pretty far out. I had like a pretty big radius, so I'm not sure what they were looking for. But anyways, doesn't matter. They were like, you can come and apply again in a year if you want. And I was like, in a year? I won't even remember. And hopefully I'll be a millionaire in a year, and I won't need to do that anymore.
Girl, I hope you're a millionaire in a year too, and you take me on a trip around the world.
That's right. You and I, we're going to be the first ones going on a trip.
You become a millionaire and let me make it about me. Forget Jim, you taking me on a trip around the world.
Yeah, no, forget that. Are you kidding?
We're going to Bora Bora.
We're going to go do that Iceland trip I wanted to do.
Yeah.
It costs like $1 million. We're going to go. We're going.
For sure.
You know that's right.
For sure.
Your fifth is a rag doll named Fancy. Very nice that you got a rag doll through
I would
rescuing.
love to have a rag doll.
I know, they're so pretty.
And they say they're so cuddly and like, oh, I would love it.
Yes. Lots of fur. You gotta like comb them a lot. That's okay, I'll comb them a lot.
None of this is true. I'm wondering if that was my authentic book box book. Hold on.
I don't think I opened mine this month either. I had to end up canceling it, but I think I got one more. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But
the only one left was my authentic book box for June.
Yeah, and I think that I had
I'm not sure what my
like
July one was. That might have been my. I think that was my July one, but I haven't got it yet.
I think I signed up for Surprise Me, so I wouldn't know what I was getting anyway, if I am getting one. So, anyway.
Well, I hope it's good. I really want to read that book that I did get in the Relax and Radiate crate. That looked good. It was something about guilt. I don't remember. But that one looked good. That might be my next one. I just opened I haven't put the video up yet, but I'm still going to show you one thing in the box. Hold on. Is it up here? My Brio box video is going up tomorrow, but in it, pretend you don't see this and watch my video tomorrow, okay? There's 5 other things. This is so cool. It's this thing that goes over your book, and it's a light. You know how when you get a book light and you try and click it on and it moves over and it's facing your book,
right.
And then you try to turn the page and you got to worry about getting the page under the book light. This goes on top of your book where you read it, and then this is your light. It's brilliant.
Huh.
It has 3 settings. Three like light settings. I'm so excited for this thing. I can't even tell you. It's gonna be good. So when Brenton is sleeping, I can
Yeah.
read.
Yvette, your side job should be booking world tour trips. You go free if you get a group to go. Yeah. I always wanted
I've
to.
seen a couple of YouTubers do that, and I'm always like, I do not think I want to go on vacation with 15 people that I do not know.
Well, you know, it's interesting too, but I mean, you guys think that because we have like all these people who watch us on YouTube and stuff that we would have plenty of takers, but it just doesn't work that way. I'll just let y'all know. I wish it did, because I wouldn't be sitting here with like empty retreats. So it doesn't always work that way. If it did, though, I would be doing Iceland. I would totally be doing Iceland. Yeah, I would totally do that. As long as KRISTY can come with me. So we'll add that in. We'll be like, okay, me and KRISTY get paid for, and everybody else can come, because then that way we're not lonely. We'll have our friends with us.
It would be fun.
Oh my goodness.
You just never know. You never know.
I know, you never do.
That makes me...
It makes you nervous? All the people?
Yes.
being responsible for all those people, that's what would make me nervous. It was like this last retreat that I had, one of the ladies almost cut her whole finger off within like an hour of starting the retreat. I almost had a heart attack. I mean, I'm just I was sitting there going, oh my goodness, what do I do? Do I call 911? Do I give her a Band-Aid? I had like my little, first aid kit. I'm like, I got Neosporin and a Band-Aid. I can't sew it back on. Oh gosh, so it was frightening. And she felt so bad. I felt so bad for her. I said, it's okay, don't worry. But she's like, I mean, y'all, it was like a gusher. It was crazy. We had like blood all over the place. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh, she was all right. I just want to let everybody know by then she was okay.
I'm glad.
But it was frightening. It was a little frightening. So, anywho.
Okay, this is going to be a random question. Okay, random question.
Okay.
That has nothing to do with books. Are you ready? Sephora sent me a 20% off coupon, and I want to go. What's new and hot in makeup? Anybody know that you want to try, that I should look at? Anybody have anything? Let me know.
I'd have to research that. It's been so long since I've been like...
I'm not getting beauty boxes anymore, so I'm ready to replenish. But I'm like, ooh, 20% off. I don't even have to wait till the Sephora sale in
I don't even get those coupons anymore. I don't even get them anymore because I hardly buy anything, you know?
Yeah, Connie, I'm not buying the advent calendar from Sephora. They're notoriously horrible. Like, I think they purposely make them horrible just to piss people off. Sephora advent calendars are the worst. People are saying rotary cutter.
Yes. And she was okay, Lisa. She really was.
That aren't Sephora brand, though. They might have other advent calendars that aren't Sephora brand. I'll look.
I would maybe do one if they had like a shampoo thing. Because I don't know why. Like, I always love trying new shampoos. I don't know why. I think, but my thing is that I like finding stuff that like just smells really good. I don't really care what it does to my hair. I just like I'm at the very end right now of my last bottles of what is it? Is it Bumble and Bumble, I think? And it's the Surf one. Now, it was made for extremely fine hair, which was great, which is why I got it in the first place. But they don't do the Surf ones anymore. And those smell really good. They have like, it smells like the ocean with like salt in it a little bit. And I really love it. And I'm almost out. It's going to be the end of it and it's done. But I love finding new shampoos and conditioners. I just do. And like body scrubs.
Connie was talking about the advent calendar for my Sephora coupon. That's why she said that. The best advent calendar? I think the Body Shop does a pretty good advent calendar. I really did like the Writing Tools advent calendar. It was pretty budget friendly too. It was less than $40 last year that Erin Condren did. I thought that was interesting.
Well, if you're a
last
quilter...
year, the Glossy Box advent calendar was...
The Glossy Box?
Last year, the Glossy Box advent calendar was really, really good.
I was just going to say, if you're a quilter, somebody's going to have a birthday bash box this year. And I'm sure it's probably going to be the only one I ever do, so go get it if you really want it. You don't realize how much work goes into that, too. Yes, I do remember, G, your hair smells terrific.
I must have been the predecessor to, what's the one where it was like, in the herbal essences.
Oh, yes.
Remember those commercials?
I still sing that little song for Angelique. You know, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan. and never let you forget you're a man, 'cause I'm a woman, Angeline. Do you remember that?
I know the song.
I just embarrassed myself on... I don't know why I still sing those commercials from like 100 years ago. I mean, you used to have to watch commercials whether you liked it or not. And they play the same ones over and over and over again.
I was singing the theme song to Garfield the other day at work, and they all looked at me like I was crazy. But they just know I'm crazy.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We're really nuts.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll have more to talk about with the Bluebird Midnight at the Bluebird Cafe.
Yes.
Than we did Dolly. She was hard. She was hard to talk about, though. It was little snippets. She didn't give us enough of her life to be able to tear it apart. I'm just kidding.
I know. That's very true.
I'm interested to read this one, though, because it was... I kind of threw it out there, and I was like, this one could go either way. It could be real, real good, or it could be real not so good.
Well, you know, you never... Everything is like that, though. I mean, even whenever they say...
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
I mean, people can recommend things till we're blue in the face, but we all like different stuff, so it doesn't mean that you're going to absolutely love it. I mean...
Yeah, I just read the synopsis and was like, throw that in the pile. Throw that in there.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I read the synopsis to you. Well, we were in Vegas. We were in Vegas when we were looking at those, I think, weren't we?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not 100% where we were, but we probably were. That was so cool. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Somebody at the quilt show I was just in was talking about you. Was asking about you and me and our Vegas trip and everything, and I was like, don't get me started talking about the Vegas trip. It's too far behind me right now. And yeah, so she was like,
I texted her this. I just texted. What?
Well, I had said, she goes, it looks like you guys travel well together, and I was like, yeah, we really do. I said, we love the junk food. We love laying around in bed just playing on our phone. We love, I'm like, really, we just, I said, we don't ever have to worry about the other person.
We love it all. We love the show.
Yeah. Yep. So, oh, my goodness.
All right, guys, we all got quiet on us.
I know.
Don't forget, let's write on the wall this month on Facebook. Tell us what you're reading. Tell us what you're doing. Start a chat. Remember that there is a chat for the actual book, so we're not spoiling it for anybody. But on the actual wall, come and chat.
You can talk about other books on the actual wall. Yeah. Absolutely. Alrighty, if nobody has any other questions or anything to say, I think we'll just close it up for this month, and we can all go and read Midnight at the Blackbird Cafe. Now I'm going to keep saying Bluebird.
Did I say Bluebird?
No, I think somebody said it in the chat. It's a mistake. Bluebird, Blackbird, Redbird is, I just...
Well, there is the Bluebird Cafe in Nashville.
Oh, so see, that's going to make it even more confusing. Because there's actually a Bluebird Cafe.
Yeah, that's where all the stars go in Nashville to debut their music. The Bluebird Cafe.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll just show up there. And, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.
We'll see you guys next month. Bye.
See ya.